everybody, welcome or welcome back. This is Heidi, and today is June 18th, 2025, and this is my little channel about cross stitch and whatever else pops into my head. Speaking of which, see my little light switches up there. Anyways, you know what? Is what it is. You get a little bit of a shot there of one of the cottage cats. That's Lucy. She's my oldest. She's my baby. Anyways, look at her. Living it up for the camera. Anyway, the door is cracked open. You're liable to hear the others come and go. So you've been warned. They are tearing it up today. It's a pretty day here in Virginia. So they're out there enjoying it. So anyways, this is my StitchCon update. I just got back from StitchCon on Sunday, and it was my first time going. It was a delight. A huge thank you to Barbara and all of the Keepsake staff. You can tell this definitely wasn't their first rodeo. They made it look easy, and I know it was a lot of work. They were all super busy, and they gave it 110%. It was wonderful. If you've never been, I highly recommend you try to go or get on the wait list or whatever. It was totally worth it. It was a great first experience, and hopefully I will go again sometime soon. Eventually. Whatever. Sadly, just not this coming weekend, because trust me, I could have done it again. My bank account probably says no. So, you've been warned. They're between going to Keepsakes itself and their huge annex with 50 some odd trunk shows. I have an obscene amount of haul to show you at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. Another big thank you to my really awesome table mates, Anne, Denise, and Michelle. We thought we were going to have a full table, but Michelle had a friend, Jody, that snagged. She was like second person in line. God bless you, Jody. And she snagged 3 tables for all of us. And we thought we had more coming in the afternoon. I guess maybe they saw us and thought, oh, Lord, no, I don't want to deal with that. Then they ran like scalded dogs. I don't know. But anyway, so we only had 4 people at our table. But honestly, if you've been there, or even if you haven't, the table's all around. You just kind of, you're close enough, because they're fitting 300 people in this room, and it wasn't like you were tight, but, you know, all the tables around you were kind of your table mates, and you got to talk to all of them, so that was really kind of cool. So anyways, it was those 4, or the 4 of us, that made a table in this little group over there closer to we were by the freebie table. And really close to the doors to the annex. Thanks for that. But anyways, who else? Gosh, thanks to everybody that stopped. I mean, StitchCon, as you may or may not know, was started to introduce Flosstubers to their fans, and you know, all Flosstubers are fans of other Flosstubers, so it's one and the same. So a huge thank you to all the people that stopped by that recognize me. God bless you. And stop to talk and chit chat, or show me what you were working on, or ask what I was working on, and brought me goodies. And you just get any retreat, people walk around and give you little freebies and wonderful little gifts. And thank you so much for all of that. That was really, really cool. It made my day every time someone remotely recognized me, because, you know, like when I say Michelle, it was made by Michelle McGraw. I'd met her a couple different times at Barefoot Retreat, ran into her in the lobby, and that's how she was like, oh, hey, well, we should have enough room, and that's how that happened. So a lot of people recognize Michelle because she's been around a while, and everybody knows and loves Michelle, so they would come over and see her. And every once in a while, I'm like, oh, hey, I recognize you too, which was great. Not everyone, I'm just saying. So it was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. So thank you to everyone. Let me see if I can remember some of the names. Tamara, who I had met before when I went to Keepsakes last year, she met me there. Saw her again. Sandy, from Archbold, Ohio. She had got some goodies of mine and recognized me. Bless you. Hi, Sandy. Who Who else? Lori. She actually sat right behind me, Lori from California. And I wrote some of them down. So, of course, Allie from Minnesota. She kind of was a table mate there at the end. She was kind of floating around. She was everybody's table mate. Bless her. She was super sweet. We saw her everywhere. It's like we saw her at the beginning, and every evening we're going up to the elevator at the same time. There's Allie again. So she was either stalking us and doing a great job, or I'm kidding, Allie. It was it was neat to meet you all. I saw Pam and Teresa from a retreat in Kentucky I'd gone to last year. They were there. Sarah from Millennial Fabrics, Millennial Stitchers, and Gina is they're both local stitchers here with me. They were there. Who else? Let me write them all down. So many, let alone all the Flosstubers that I met that were wonderful. Some that I'd never seen before, because Flosstube is not my friend and doesn't show these people on my, next up or whatever. So I got to meet a bunch of new ones, like Milka from Mega Stitches. Go check her out. She's a lot of fun. Does some really cool videos. Super sweet, and one of the most stylish people I've ever met. She's absolutely beautiful. Go check out Milka. Who else? Oh, of course, Erin and Amity were there, the Hathaway Stitchers. Just as delightful and fun as you see them on their video. EJ from Sunshine Stitchers. Ran into her several times in the hotel. Super sweet. Stephanie from Cross Stitch the Globe. Gosh, who else? Karen. Stitching Past My Bedtime. She was a couple tables behind us. Very sweet. Vicky, the Virginia Stitcher, stopped by. You see, I had my two of my table mates, and Denise, were both working on that absolutely gorgeous Blackbird by Mirabilia. So a lot of people stopped by to look at both of them. They were both doing on two totally different fabrics, absolutely stunning. So it was catching everybody's eye. So they were stopping by to check all that out. Who else? Did I mention all of it? I think that was everybody. Other than Brenda. That was the one I was having my little fangirl moment. So Brenda, Handwork Maniac. She was my very first Flosstube I ever watched years ago. What, 3 years ago? 4 years? I don't remember. However long ago it was. Wednesday night I got in, met up with Ann and Denise, and we went to dinner with a lot of other first-timers at the Cracker Barrel. That's where we ran into Lori and a bunch of others. And then that evening came back to the hotel, and we just went into one of their little side rooms to stitch that evening. And Brenda and her friends were already in there, and I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, it's Brenda. So, I thought a couple times I'd look over and I'm like, I don't want to go all fangirl on the first night. Well, I'll wait till it officially starts, right? But God bless her, like an hour later, she comes over and sits beside me and she's like, oh my gosh, Heidi, I just love your videos. And I was like, oh my God, that was the best. That made the entire StitchCon for me, Brenda. Thank you so much. She could not be sweeter. She is just as wonderful as you think she is in her videos. And she ended up sitting like a couple tables away from us, so we interacted several times, and I totally love it. She was just the best. Thank you so much, Brenda, for the goodies and the memories. That was great. That was awesome. And then her and her friends went, after they left Sunday, and they went on up to Hobby House. Totally jealous. Road trip. Who's with me? I need to get there someday. So that was, I think, pretty much everything. I did meet, you're always going to see Pam and Steph there. They work like demons the entire time. Stephanie, I didn't really get a chance to talk to her. A couple words in passing, because, she's just everywhere. She, like I said, and all the Keepsakes crew are amazing at what they do. Keeping, herding the 300 cats and getting everybody to where they need to be and do everything they need. It was amazing. So, hi, Stephanie, if you ever see that. Kind of chit-chatted with you, but not really. Pam, on the other hand, did get to speak to her a couple times. She's delightful. She's a lot of fun. I can't say enough about Pam. She's, again, exactly what you see. nicer, funny. Just, you could tell she was probably, and if I'm wrong, whatever, but she, always the life of the party, Miss Pam. So thank you all for that. Again, I hope you can tell I had a pretty decent time at StitchCon. So there's that. Other than that, what else have I been up to? Not much. I went to the beach. I think you saw me right before I went to the beach. So I had a nice little beach trip, came home for a couple weeks, went on to StitchCon, and now it's kind of, I think, pretty zen. I hope, maybe for a couple months. And then the fall, it picks up again with all kinds of craziness. I wanted to do something different for this retreat, and I was reminded of a friend of mine, Nikki. I think she had gone to maybe Stitching in the Wild by Garand Stitchery's retreat last year. I heard the bells. I have sleigh bells on my door because it was just something I brought home from when we were cleaning out Mom and Dad's house. We always had sleigh bells we put on the door for Christmas. So now I have them on the door here in my she shed, and it's windy here today, so sometimes I hear them, and other times it's because the cats go blowing through. And then sometimes when I actually have the door shut, they've learned to, they ring the bell because they want to go out or they want to come in because I'm a slave to the cats. Anywho, I digress. Where was I? I heard bells. Yeah. Anyways. Anywho, Nikki, that's what it was. She'd gone to, I think it was Stitching in the Wild. Oh, did you hear him? Well, hi. Here's the newest cottage cat. Y'all, this is Buddy. Buddy, okay. Look how cute he is. Look at that face. This is the runt. No one would know that this was the runt of the litter. Hi, Buddy. Anyways, Nikki, when she was at the retreat last year, she had a new start every day. So that's what I thought I was going to do, because I've kind of been slacking this year, and I really haven't started anything new. I've just been trying to keep up, and so I grabbed a bunch of projects, and I have 5 new starts to show you, and I figured I would do one every day. So Wednesday through Sunday, I did do a new start. Sunday I didn't start till I got home, but you know, everybody wants to see your butt there. That was delightful. I bet he comes back. Anyway, stay tuned for more Buddy. He went to the vet this week, so that meant when I called a couple weeks ago to make the appointment, we actually had to have a name. And when we started out, he was Peanut, because he was the runt, yes, you, of the litter, right? So we kept Mama. We always called her Mama because we weren't certain of her name, but she's a beautiful little calico, so we ended up calling her Dolly. I think I told you that in the last video, so we call her the Dolly Mama. And this little guy, we always called Peanut. Well, he has long since outgrown Peanut. He's a good 6 pounds and full of life, let me tell you. he's all kitten. And so I was like, all right, Rusty, I've named all the other cats. You name them. What do you want? And we call him Bobo or Hey You, or I mean, we were running through every day there was a new name. So we kind of stuck with Beauregard, Bobo. Hey Bobo, you know, whatever. So the time that I called, it was Bobo. But the first name he came up with, we'll just say the first name was Twinkle Toes. And the last name I really, even though I'm the potty mouth stitcher, it might just be a little too rude for YouTube. So I'm like, no, babe, it can't be Twinkle Toes. Find something else. And that's when he went on to Bo. So when I called the vet, he said, I can't speak, I'm being attacked. And I was like, yes, his name's Beauregard McWhistleshits. And she said, excuse me? I said, my husband named him. His name is Beauregard McWhistleshits. So he won the most interesting name of the week. And I said, we call him Bobo. Well, the rest of that week, every time I come home, here's old Buddy who would just, he likes to headbutt all the other kitties. As you can see, I'm being attacked. All the other kitties, and just like, hey, I love you. And it reminded me of Buddy the Elf. So he's switched from Bobo to Buddy. Right? And I think that's where we're sticking. Buddy. So, normally he's very loving and whatnot, but clearly he's fired up over something. So anyways, so there's Buddy, McWhistleshits, or McWhiskershits, depending on the day. Hi. And he's here to entertain the masses today, along with me, and show you his butt, because that's, guess what? Cat butt. So anywho, until I remove him from the premises because he's going to be an ornery little cuss, he'll be my little helper. So, needless to say, I have 5 new starts to show you. Would you like to see them? Would you like to see some cross stitch? We're 15 minutes in and I'm just running around my mouth about StitchCon and cats. So, let me show you the really awesome first new start. This is Ernestine, Briere, 1909. I won this from Mountain Mama Stitches, Abby, on her Flosstube. So if you haven't seen her, check her out. She's working on this and several other projects. Isn't it gorgeous? By, I don't know, Reflets de Soie. How do you say that? Reflets de Soie. I got no clue. French was never my thing. But everything I have here is some sort of Frenchy name. I got a theme today on this too. Anyway, started this on my new obsession, which is 20 count Ada. But there we go. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know. Is it focusing? There we go. I think. Yeah. That, my friends, is 1,200 stitches. I did all that Saturday. Yeah. But I loved it. And this just happens to be some of my haul. Because I'm like, I had picked out something else. I think it was cappuccino. And it was a 20 count that I had purchased that I had in my stash. And then I saw this and thought, oh, that's prettier. And look at this. It's my killer new project bag that my awesome table mate Anne made. Isn't that pretty? I thought it matched. So there's my Ernestine start. Next up, so actually my first start, this was Wednesday night, is it Catherine's or Katerine's garden? This is Hands Across the Sea. And this is another, maybe this was the cappuccino. I don't have all my cards made up yet to tell you, but anyways, this is another 20 count. And that's my start on that. I like the start in the top right hand corner. Stitching in hand, that's easiest for me. And this is using the called for 103s. And it's the first time I've really stitched with the 103s. So far, so good. This is where I got Brenda to tell me. I was like, 1 strand or 2, Brenda? I was asking everybody. Because they seem a lot thinner, the 103s. So, ended up going with 1. I think it looks awesome. And I have her in my awesome project bag my sister made me from Grandma's Quilt Squares. My third start, which technically might have been my second. It was my second. I've had this one hanging around for a while. Bluebirds and Bluebells. Ba-doop. By Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. Yes, did you want to come back up? You know, he's still in that kitten phase where they don't jump so much as crawl. Which was okay when it was still cooler and I had jeans on all the time. Now, not so much. Anyways, this was on a 32 count. Am I lying? 36 count Winter Moon. Again, a top right hand corner start. I got the bird done. Now you would not think, yeah, that color is a little bit more like it. When you're looking at those colors, just hanging on the old floss drops that those were purple. But they are, believe it or not. There we go. Very cute. I have loved this one for a long time, so I'm glad I finally got it started. Someone somewhere many videos ago, someone made a comment. She's like, I keep waiting on you to start that one. I think I'd shown it on a kit, like a kit parade. And she's like, hint, hint, when are you going to start it? So here you go, darling. I finally got it started. 100 years later. Next up, I had a pair of Brendas that were just burning a hole in my stash, right? What is this? Every Opening Flower? Yeah. Every Opening Flower by Brenda Gervais. Again, she could do stick figures and I would stitch it. This is what I was working on last night. Oh my goodness, this is on, I think, Flannel Flower. 32 count Flannel Flower by Fox and Rabbit. You see, I think I have decent light, and then I put up these, and I think it's hard to see, so y'all will help me remember that I need to get better lighting, mainly for you guys. I can see just fine. My 8,000 LED hanging lights. Great for doing all my crafty stuff, but not the best at showing you what I'm doing. Color-wise, it's hard to see. That is Every Opening Flower. All of these I'm using the called for. Next month I'll do a whip parade, so I will show you all those instead of boring you with it tonight or today, just because I have an extreme amount of haul to show you that's going to take probably more time than you want to listen to me ramble. So that was my 1, 2, 3, 4th new start, and last but not least, because technically, I don't remember which day this was. Maybe it was, I don't know, they all ran together. Anyways, it is another Brenda, Rejoice Evermore. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. And this was another 32 count. Something or other. I think this one's Flannel Flower. What was the other one then? Stand By. White Clay. Diving into my Fox and Rabbit stash. All right. This one was stitching up super quick. Look how pretty. So, Rejoice Evermore by Brenda. I do love that one. White flannel. White. Okay. Having a moment. Flannel Flower. Getting them all mixed up. That is a very pretty variegation on that. Isn't that beautiful? Fox and Rabbit. Beautiful stuff. Okay, and my Brendas, my dual Brendas, are in my she was there too with Carrie, Tiger Lily Designs. This was her Christmas advent calendar or advent box project keeper. I love it. It's very nice. Very cool. Love that you can get 2 projects in it. So of course it had to be dual Brendas. Anyways, those were my 5 new starts. No one was more shocked than me that I got 5 starts done in 5 days, but it was a lot of fun doing it. And I do have a few whips to show you. So this was back to my, just trying to get 1,000 stitches in each of my little projects, and then working my way through chronologically. First up is the sampler with bouquets. Again, here's the French thing that I suck at. 3 different patterns that all put together look like that by Jardin Prive. Doing this on, I think, 18 count Ada. Finally got that big old motif in the middle done. Very cute. There you go. It's almost better to see further away for the colors. I apologize. I need to remember to do that. Better lighting for y'all. That one's coming along just fine. It's about halfway, so it's going to be about yay big, maybe. Sounds technical. Yay big. There's that one. I think it's when I just started stitching more on Ada. I think I've had enough borders that were off by that one stinking thread where I'm like, why am I killing myself stitching on this linen all the time? Some linen, as you all know, stitches up great. Not all linens are the same. And that's why I went out of my way to enhance my 20 count Ada stash, because again, you get the finer stitches, less thread, smaller wall space. Like I finish anything. But someday if I frame it smaller, but it's easier. It's just easier. And as the eyes continue to go down the crapper, 20 count Ada it is. Maybe I just need to keep going. 25 count, just switch everything up, because I'm weird. Next up, 4th of July in the City by Crocette Gogo. I love all her stuff. She's someone else that everything is just so pretty and cute and just delightful. Just delightful. But I'm working my way across the top row of houses. Last time you saw it, I think I just had over to that light blue house, maybe. So we're moving right along. I like the little crows. Because Lord knows I got some crows here in the holler. And I'm doing this on an iridescent Ada, because there's fireworks. Thought it was appropriate. So, Crocette Gogo. And then last but not least, my stitching mojo was kind of meh. I don't know what it was. Just busy and or, who knows? You know, we just go through that every once in a while. So StitchCon was a huge help with just kind of, I was really enjoying it. I probably should have gotten up and mingled more, but it was honestly just nice to sit and stitch and remember why I do cross stitch. And a little reset. It was really, really nice. So I apologize if anyone thought I was a little standoffish or whatever, or like I said, there was probably another 100 people I didn't even lay eyes on, maybe 150, and I was just having a good time. Resetting. It was wonderful. Last up is the July Quaker of the monthly Quaker series by whoever this is. From the Heart Needleart, that's right. Finally got into something other than dark blue. Using the called for 3 colors. They're overdyeds of some sort without looking at them. You can find out more next month when we do the little whip parade. Anyways, so there are my 3 whips. So 3 whips, 5 starts, and a partridge in a pear tree, which is kind of foreshadowing, I'm not gonna lie. Let me forget which one those are for. You know what? You can just tell. That is a Brenda Gervais. Can't you tell? Her palette is always, I won't say this, it's not the same, but it's just distinct. I just love it. It's beautiful. Thank you, Brenda. Okay. How about super quick Etsy update, because that won't take but 30 seconds. And then I'll go on to haul. So if you're one of those that doesn't like haul, you can be on your merry way, and that will be totally fine. I get it. Etsy update. I have a few new patterns that they are ready to go. I actually have, who is it? I'm looking over at my Oh, it's Jennifer. I need to contact Jennifer. She wanted frogs. Y'all can thank Jennifer for the frogs. She wanted frogs. They're ready, Jennifer. I just need to contact you. So there's these cute little frogs. And then there's these cute little frogs. Aren't they adorable? So they'll be in the shop by this weekend. If not by today. They're sitting right here in front of me. I just got to punch some holes and package them up. They're ready to go. Butterflies. Oh, look, they match my fingernail polish. I love these. So pretty. All the butterflies are coming out. And then, you know what? Kitty butt. Coffee. I thought these were kind of cool. So, those of you like me that enjoy your coffee while you're stitching, or tea, because I love tea too. There you go. So 4 newbies in the store. Run, don't walk to the Cottage Cat Designs on Etsy and check it out. All right, Etsy update. So now we're going to go into table gifts and haul. I'll try to get through it quickly because again, there's a lot. You've been warned. So either, you know, go get your drink now if you hadn't already, or take your potty break and look out. He's going to tear something up because again, Lucy's right there and they really don't get along. She's just old and grumpy, and he's again Buddy the Elf. He's like, hey, I love you. See, and that's what she does, and he's like, don't care, I still love you. I kind of want to sit right there. Look at this showdown. Oh, isn't she a badass? Lucy. I'm glad y'all get to see what I live with. Lucy, don't be mean. He just wants to see the window. Grumpy butt. Anyways, come here, buddy. Come here. I know, she being grumpy. You stay there and play. All right. Here. We'll play with that. Oh, yeah. Easily distracted. Anywho, now you get to listen to that. You lucky people, aren't you glad you tuned in? All right, putting the glasses on so I can see all this fun stuff in front of me. All right, so table gifts. Again, you saw one of the awesome project bags that Anne made. Here's another one. Don't you do a great job? Say, Anne, you need an Etsy store too. Or y'all need to figure out what retreats Anne goes to so you can get an awesome project bag too. She did great. I love them. Quilted. They're really nice. Really, really nice, Anne. Michelle stuck with the Ohio theme and gave us a kitted up Ohio pillow. And she used the Ohio names from Gentle Art, which is, Gentle Art is an Ohio company. So there's Buckeye Scarlet and Ohio Lemon. Ohio Lemon Pie. Thank you, Michelle. And Denise gave us this super cute, look at him. Yeah, that was a mistake. He was a super cute frog waxer. And I was joking with her the night before that, because I gave her some thread conditioner to use. She was cussing at some of her thread. I'm like, here, use some of my thread conditioner. I love it. And she's like, oh, you don't use beeswax? I'm like, I think beeswax smells like wet wool. Well, Anne thought I said wet whore. But I don't know what a wet whore smells like. But anyways, wet wool, I do know what that smells like. But this one, delightfully, does not smell like wet wool. I don't know what it smells like, but it's not wet wool. And she got this from This and That, Whimsies. I'm reading that backwards. Tidbits and Whimsies. I believe that was an Etsy store, if you're interested. He's awfully cute. So, there's that little guy. Then we had our, like I said, Allie was kind of a come and go. She came over later And she had kitted up this really cute heart and hand. Gave us the whole thing, plus chocolate. And a really cute floss drop of her doggies. Aren't they cute? Thank you, Allie. Yes. I threw him a piece of candy. Best cat toy ever. Anyways, thank you, Allie. Very cute. And then behind me was Lori from California. And like I said, I had met her before. Not before, but at Cracker Barrel. She was so excited. She's like, oh my gosh, she actually recognized me. God bless you. That was so sweet. But she made these cute little finishing stars and these buttons. Aren't they cute? And we had all kinds to choose from. Look, you could stack those if you wanted to. My big old fingers in the way, but super cute. I love them. And a nice little baggie. Thank you, Miss Lori. Love it. And then Natalie came over and chit-chatted. She's a hoot. I told her she reminded me of my cousin Nancy. She just kind of has almost the same kind of look and the same mannerisms. It was really interesting. I wish I had a picture of my cousin to show her at the time. And but she was a lot of fun. She made this cool little bag and all kinds of goodies in it. Just all kinds of goodies. Food, candy, pens, a whistle, a notepad, all kinds of stuff. Really cool. Thank you so much, Natalie. And she's in Charlotte. I was like, girl, we're going to have to try to get together somehow. I really enjoyed talking to her. She was a lot of fun. And then, of course, Brenda, like I said, gave me a free pattern that she had and some silk. I got to pick. I was like, Mama loves purple. So I snagged the thing of purple. And, uh-oh, here comes trouble. Hey, cat butt. How are you? How are you? You gonna chill out for a little bit? Hi. Oh, look. You want to play with all that lovely silk. And then Erin, of course, I was not at the table the time that they came by. Yes. Erin and Amity, the Hathaway Stitchers, came along and gave us some really awesome floss. And then scanned that for their name tag pattern that you've seen on their videos if you've watched it. Super cute. Yes, thank you. Sadly, I did not see, how about not? Yeah. Did not see Lady Huzzah Presents again. I had walked away and came back and she had this cute little bag. She made these cute little acorns. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, up close and personal with the cat. Yes, thank you. Thank you, buddy. Super helpful. Super helpful. All right. Find somewhere else to be. Heathen. And then Miss Danielle. Again, someone else I missed. What was that? Crafty Stitches. Eclectic Stitcher. Guess who's climbing my back? God help me. I may not survive this video. But isn't that a cute, appropriately, a little kitty charm? Yes. You are not going to play with that acorn. Look, here's another piece. Oh, another piece of candy. Go play with that. When you first came in, they gave you a really cool bag. Did I put it back there? It was oh, it's out of view. But it was instead of a StitchCon bag, it was a StitchCon backpack / cooler. So that was nice, something different. And a little phone stand and the cool wood floss. I'm sure there's a better name for it. Floss gizmo. Very cool. I'll have to find a project to put that in. I had also stopped at the Village Sampler in St. Albans, West Virginia before I went up there. I think I got just one little piece of fabric and just a few things. I was pretty keeping it decent. I'm like, Just gonna get a few flosses that I needed for my new starts. Found a couple patterns I liked and got out of there fairly reasonable. Because then I went to keepsakes. And then that annex opened up. And I don't have it, it's all just one big conglomeration here, so I don't know which is which, doesn't make any difference. But we're gonna start with these little guys. Aren't they cute? They're little scissor keeper thingy jobbies. How's that for a name? Scissor keeper thingy jobbies. Say that 10 times fast. Anyways, perfect for traveling on the go or whatever. Put your scissors in your project bag and not have to worry about them coming through the project bag or tearing up your project. Those were cute. They might be table gifts in the future, just saying. One of the many trunk shows was JBW. Look at that. How adorable. I'm a sucker for Bluebirds. Sweet springtime songbird, and it has the whole finishing thing in there, so that was pretty cool. The complete kit. And of course, she just has the cutest Christmas stuff. Ornaments, super tiny little cute things. So this is Petite Christmas Village, some of them. I did not get all of them. There's a sampler stocking. I love the shape to these. And they're like this big. They're nothing. I thought this was adorable. One of her little sewing smalls. And then, as I alluded to, her 12 Days of Christmas. And these came with little charms. Book 1. Book 2. Book 3. And Book 4. One of these days, y'all, you're going to see a little ornament tree. Like, you know, Stacy, 911 Stitcher, and a bunch of you other folks that are way ahead of me in the world of progress and whatnot. Maybe over here, instead of my little Bigfoot right there, and the little puzzle that Mama did, maybe I'll have a little Christmas tree there with some ornaments on it. Of course, since Buddy's currently attacking my shoelaces, that might not be a wise decision either. If I suspend it from the ceiling, maybe. Anyways, moving right along. Here is some of my 20 count that I snagged. So this would be Sugar Cream Pie, Bee Stitch Me, Atomic Ranch, LE whatever, 123123. Is that a name? Are we going like, is that like Elon Musk's baby name? I don't know what the hell that is. Somebody can tell me in the comments what that is. And some Stone Cold Atomic Ranch. There we go, that's more like it. And not another sampler. Bee Stitch Me. Why, yes. Yes, I have another sampler. I got about 50 of them, and I just added to it. Just tearing up that piece of candy. Okay, on to the patterns that I needed not one bit, but they came home with me because they're adorable. Paulette, Jack's Bash. This one's been around a while. Isn't that cute? Plum Street. I like her little, I like that he's holding a little crow in a cage. And she's got the little umbrella. That's adorable. All right. Friends O' Plenty by the Proper Stitcher. Proper Stitcher Annie. Isn't that cute? I think I found that one at Village Sampler. I've seen this several times. It's always out of stock. Another Proper Stitcher. He saves me. I thought that might be an excellent gift for someone. I won't say who, just on the odd chance they might actually be watching. La Di Da had a trunk show there. So many cool things. This picture does it, you know what, not even 0 justice, -30 justice. It was about yay big, super skinny, long, very, very cute. Those cute little birds, I love it. It says, if all your troubles were hung on a vine, you would take yours, and I would take mine. Isn't that cool? I like that one. Very cute. One stitch at a time. I'm sorry, I'm hearing the neighbor. Beautiful. And then had a couple of these name tags. I thought were super cute. Different ones. Odds of me getting this done this lifetime are probably slim, but they sure are cute. And I keep thinking in the back of my head, you know what, next year it needs to be a year of smalls. Just only thing I'm going to start are smalls. That's what I need to do. I actually need to finish them and like fully finish them, like crazy talk. We'll see. We'll see what, stand by. We'll see what happens. These were super adorable. See these in person. She had this and autumn and a spring one maybe. I was like, let's not go crazy. Let's just start with Christmas. And there on the back is what a cute little thing, just made out of like chipboard put together. It was really neat. Cute idea. I'd never seen them before. They've probably been around forever. No, last year. So I'm just slacking. Back to Brenda. Her witches are always so much fun. Little Stacy Nash Farm Market pin keep. Who's working on that one already? That's adorable. I love the finished shot here with that thin little, trying to get rid of the glare. There we go. That thin little braid. Oh, Lucy's done. She's out of here. Yeah, it's real thin rickrack. Very cute. And then back to Brenda. I got all her summer schoolhouse, right? Summer schoolhouse. I got them all. Don't you worry. I got them all. I've seen everybody do these. They're gorgeous. I love them. Can you get out, Lulu? Is that all of them? I knew there was one more somewhere. Oh, isn't that cute? Adorable. But look, there's more Brenda. Quaker sewing tray. I'm gonna have to start annoying my neighbor again. Be like, can you make me one of these? While you're at it, can you make me one of these? Look at that. If nothing else, they can go on that, you know, pretend Christmas tree I'm gonna have someday. But wait, there's more Brenda. Look at that little bunny rabbit. 3 tulips. What year did this come out? Can't tell without tearing it apart. We'll pretend it's new. Look, another Brenda witch. I love that little pumpkin there too. See him? He's cute. Witch's brew. Drinking her coffee. Or whatever. Another Jardin Prive. They've had this at Keepsakes. They did the color. I don't know if it was this one or if they did it with purples. Super cute. I like her skirt. I thought this was adorable. Blackberry Rabbit, the Visitor. I love that little bee skep. And that bird. Bluebird. saw, you know, I don't have enough Rosewood Manor in my life. I saw the Lebanon house that they did for them and grabbed the thread pack while I was at it because it was right there. It seemed like I needed to take it. I think Jeanette Douglas sent everything that's ever been stitched. She had a huge trunk show there. God bless her. I mean, everything she does is just gorgeous. I picked up this little guy. Stitches Be Sweet, Sampler and Smalls. Jeanette Douglas. Gorgeous. What? What are you doing, Festus? Sorry. I digress. Hey, we're almost done. We're getting there. Stitchy Pros. I love the cardinals. So cute. Now, I had not seen this one before. Kathy Barrick. Brown Fish Owl. Look at that. Rather stitch heavy. Leave it to Kathy Barrick to give us some full coverage to work on. But that owl is really cool. And the colors actually remind me, there's the whole thing, kind of reminds me Artsy Housewife and all the beautiful colors she uses. Artsy Housewife, I need to get more of her stuff. Every time I see it, she had a trunk show there too. And just stunning. The colors are so rich. Absolutely stunning. Now this was up at Keepsakes. The last time I was there, I noticed it. It's right there in the front room when you walk in, pretty much straight in front of the door. And I really, really liked it because the way they have it framed, it's kind of like a shadow box, and they have a bunch of like estate jewelry hanging, clipped around this statement. And I thought, what a great way to showcase some of I have so much of Mom's estate jewelry, type jewelry, you know, all the brooches and whatnot that was hers or her mom's, or I don't know how far back I just love them. And this says, these are just some of my favorite things. And you can kind of see they did a little bit like that. You really can't tell the colors. It's very simple, but again, it's more of the concept of what they did to frame it. So I might get that started here soon. That was really cool. And certainly you could change the colors however you wish. So maybe I'll do something with purple, since Mom's favorite color was purple, and or once I figure out what kind of jewelry is going to go in it. We'll see. Stand by for that. Because it's probably going to make me cuss because I suck with colors. Suck with colors. Hello from Liz Matthews. The Autumn Cloche. Every time you look at it, you see something new. It's so cute. But again, she had her 12 Days of Christmas there. Not all of them, so I'll be adding to it. But I'd recently seen someone, if y'all can tell me who it was, because I do not remember, and because I never write down things that I need to write down. But they had recently finished them all together. I think they did maybe 3x4 of this, and then did one of these borders all the way around the whole thing, which is a really cool idea. It was beautiful. So I'm torn. It's like, but maybe the more I think about it, if you did one of these and you did it like on a 25 count over one, so they were fairly small, and then again, they could go on my non-existent Christmas tree. I mean, you know, because I'm going to live to be 150 with quasi-decent eyesight and still able to hold a needle. It could happen. Anyways, this is the 4th day of Christmas. I got the 1st, the 4th, the 5th, the 7th, the 10th. I was on a roll here at the end. 10, 11, and 12. So, okay, kids. That's it. That was my StitchCon haul. I don't know why the hell I buy patterns. Honestly, it's ridiculous. But you know what? We all got to have something to put our money. We're stimulating the economy, doing our best. And we'll get them all started eventually, right? If not, well, just be the first one to the door here when you hear that I'm dead, because Rusty won't know what to do with them. And I bet you he'll just be like, take what you want. So, and I don't blame him. So anyways, thank you all. If you made it this far, bless you all. Plans, like I said, next month we'll do a whip parade, as is standard for the mid-year whip parade. I'll get everything out and look at all the stuff I haven't touched yet this year and wonder what the heck I'm doing. And ooh and ah and pray for the best. So that's it. I've got no plans other than enjoy my summer, try to relax, get some sunshine, y'all, and spend some time with your friends and your loved ones, and teach them how to cross stitch. So, anyways, thanks so much for all you do and for listening to me ramble and tuning in at all. And share the love with someone else. Check out some of the Flosstubers I've mentioned if they're new to you, like some of them were new to me. And I guess I will see you soon. Talk to you then, kids. Bye.